Welcome to our town hall, our unfortunate 10-year anniversary of the Aliso gas blowout. No worries, we'll give folks a few minutes to take your seats. On the contrary, I love seeing this kind of community building. I think, especially after just disasters and tragedies of this scale, once again, just an unfortunate reminder that the Aliso Canyon gas blowout is still the largest gas blowout in U.S. history. This was over 100 metric tons of methane, benzene, ammonia, and a whole slew of carcinogens that were spewed all over the San Fernando Valley. That comes with a heavy cost. There were businesses that closed down during the blowout. There were schools that closed down during the blowout. There were people who also faced, as you will hear soon from our experts, and also our frontline survivors, what was the public health cost of Aliso Canyon? As I'm speaking to you now, Aliso Canyon remains open. Aliso Canyon remains in operation, and in the past few years, storage capacity at the facility has repeatedly expanded. It is, personally to me, and I believe for many of you as well, just unconscionable that this facility is still allowed to operate, and that SoCalGas is still allowed to profit off of poisoning our communities. This is an anniversary that's definitely bringing a lot of raw emotions from the community. But I hope that as you walk away from this town hall, that you'll realize that if you yourself have faced health impacts, the ways that this blowout has impacted you, your neighbors, your family, you can still walk away with some hope that there is still so much that we can do. And with that, I'm actually going to introduce Asad Al-Najjar, who is a board member of the Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Asad Al-Najjar. I'm from Porter Ranch. I wear multiple hats. I still work for the City of LA as a senior manager for the transit system and the traffic system. I am on the Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council, chair of the safety committee, and part of the committee, the ad hoc committee that does the technology for the monitoring system, and that work close with the LA County, with the CAG, and with the doctors, Dr. Nordella, and with UCLA, to get us a monitoring system. And my other hat right now, and that's why I'm rushing to leave you the minute I finish my talk, is I'm running for the mayor of Los Angeles to fix not only Porter Ranch, but to fix all Los Angeles. We all suffered 10 years ago, and it's really around the corner. I can remember it as if it was yesterday. We suffered 111 days of the most painful experience we can encounter. I'm sure many of you suffered more than I have. I had breathing problems, that still continues, but the end of the day, and Matt told me, try to stay on the positive. On the positive side, we have monitoring system that we fought for. We have some chance to get legislation going. However, there is a lot of limitations on us as Porter Ranch residents. I'll give you an example. I'm speaking as Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council, but there is, for the past decade, a gag order on us from the city attorney. You can say this, you cannot say that. I cannot approach anybody beyond our councilman or our city. I am not really in authority to talk to the county on your behalf. You come in and say, okay, Assad, we elected 11 of you guys as the Porter Ranch Neighborhood Council. What are you doing for us? Here is the complaints. Where are you taking it? And unfortunately, we're tied. And the story extends. And this is a chance where this is the opportunity that we as a community should support Save Porter Ranch. We save our community, and that's the start point for even going beyond to all the fossil oils and all what the health damage components we have all in the air. From my job, I am learning a lot from Argos, and I will talk to you about the monitoring system. We're trying to expand that model. It's on the proposal. Some of what the elements we installed on the street lights and operating now, and it has live data, is going to go citywide, starting probably around the venues where the LA 28 Olympics is happening, through the whole valley, so that this way at all time we know what we are breathing, what's going on. Not only that, we are right now in a time, in a position in which we can make a difference in the charter. LA City Charter is being revised as we speak. The last revision was almost 25 years ago. You as a community can individually make a difference. I encourage you to attend one of these meetings so that we get some sort of resolution or empowerment to allow us through the public works, through the mayor's office, through the council offices, to have a voice, so that this voice makes it all the way to the county, to the state, and to the assembly, and to all our legislators. The way it is right now, we're lost souls. Everybody is just telling me, you're going to be okay. And I tell Matt, yes, we're going to be okay, but at the end of the day, I'm an engineer. If you don't show me the data that I'm going to be okay, I'm just going to say, okay, you're fooling me. You're just playing around with me. But the message I'm trying to get here, we as a community have to support the Safe Porter Ranch. We have to be more active to shut it down. From engineering perspective, they tell you, oh, if we shut it down, you're going to have no gas and the city will shut down. No, it's not. They have 115 facilities. So if it's designed to work 100%, that means they have extra 15 that they could shut down and they're still operational. So what I want you to do is, let's get together, more active, let's get to the city hall, let's get to our councilmen, our stakeholders, everybody we should have an active. I've expected this room to have at least 1,000 people today, and I'm surprised that nobody is showing up. Special thanks goes to our former president, Issam Najm. He fought so hard for the community. He and the rest of the neighborhood council got yelled at so hard by the city attorney. It wasn't even funny, but right now, we are in a point, we're gonna listen to Dr. Nordella and to understand. We're gonna have the experts from Argos explaining to us the monitoring system. Maybe it has flaws, so they are in the design as we go, and we can give them ideas what we need, and it evolves to the next level and the other level of the technology. I don't think there is time for questions, unless, Matt, you want me to take 2 questions before I leave?
Sure.
Okay, 2 questions, anybody? Oh, that's easy. I wish that the council that I go to every morning at City Hall is like that. All right, thank you very much, and let's all shut it down. It's time to put it to bed, and enough of the promises, and let's support Safe Porter Ranch. And with that, Matt. Thank you.
So I want to introduce someone whose work has been just so critical in our movement to shut down Aliso Canyon. As Food and Water Watch, we of course just can't do it all ourselves. We rely very heavily on just the incredible support from our community partners and allies. And with that, I am excited to introduce to you the co-founder of Save Porter Ranch, Matt Pakucko.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, we couldn't do it out Food and Water Watch either. They were our big sister, big brother, whatever, they helped. Sure. It was all because of that, basically. We just jumped in. So, yeah, my name is Matt Pakucko. Most of you know me. Kyoko's back there. Yeah, I started Save Porter Ranch a year and a half before the gas blowout. So yeah, thank you for coming to this anniversary, and well, it's not any kind of a celebration. I'm still not sure what to call it, but let's just call it an anniversary for now. And to be honest, as of Friday night, I did not know what I was going to say up here, because part of me did and still does feel the weight of 1,000 defeats. That place is still open. We're still being harmed by it, subtly, chronically, and ongoingly. And after 10 years, I feel like I really hadn't accomplished much. Definitely didn't reach the goal. So who am I to get up here and talk about 10-year anniversary, right? But then, I found something. In the closet, popped out Friday night. That was Save Porter Ranch's first graphic. We went to dozens of meetings, showing all the oil wells up in Aliso Canyon and down in everybody's neighborhoods as well. Then I realized all that crap, half of those are gone. Plugged, sealed, over. That's when it hit me. We, the residents, and Food and Water Watch, Save Porter Ranch, we did that. People in this room, and many more that are not in this room. So when I say we, going forward, and whatever I say, that's what I'm talking about. It's not just Save Porter Ranch. We certainly didn't do it alone. So yeah, half of those gone. Not because of any government agency that's supposed to protect us, and it certainly wasn't because of the corporate criminal that perpetrated this crime on us. It was us neighbors, refusing to be gaslit by corporations, by our own state, by our own agencies, by our own health department. We refuse to be gaslit by our own elected officials, and refuse to be gaslit by the haters and the non-believers. And believe me, Save Porter Ranch has haters. So on the upside of this environmental crime, though, many of us have gotten to know ourselves and this community way better than ever before. And a lot of new friends were made. And also many of them moved away as fast as they could, and good for them. I mean, and every single person I've talked to that moved out of here, and every single person I heard from that moved out of here or heard about, their health and their children's health improved immediately and incredibly. And I asked myself, what the hell am I still doing here, right? And believe me, as soon as we figure out a way to move out, we will. And we won't be sad about moving out. So I myself, I'm a completely different person than before this whole thing started. Completely different person. A lot of it for better, and some of it for much darker. Little things that used to be such a big deal in life They don't even matter anymore. They don't even matter. I thought they were important then. Some of that, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I do see what's really important. Now, as far as the past, I try to tell everybody that this would be about a forward-looking meeting, like where we are and how to go forward. But I'm going to do a very quick rundown of some key events, not to wallow in the past or pat ourselves on the back, but to point out something very important that you'll see in a minute. And believe me, there's a lot of things that are not on this list that I'm going to show you. So we did a lot of stuff, even though the facility isn't shut down yet. In the beginning, before the gas blowout, we forced a full environmental impact report of termo drilling. That's how we found out through Food and Water Watch that we even had this problem. We stopped termo from drilling new wells. Then we found out, while we were doing that, we found the gas facility and we knew that we found a bigger problem. We also were instrumental in protecting hidden creeks. We turned what was destined to be 188 new homes into 257 acres of permanent open space. And we kept the Aliso Canyon facility shut for 9 months by all our actions. And everybody's heat and power stayed on. Amazing that that facility that's so critical was shut for 19 months. And after that, it was designated as an asset of last resort by the CPUC for a couple of years. They imposed all sorts of operating capacity and strict inventory caps. There were 16 mitigation measures, I think, that rendered that place unneeded, supplying gas different ways, kept it flowing until SoCalGas manipulated the gas flow one cold winter to make it look like that place was needed, and the CPUC let it happen. They prioritized other storage fields and interstate pipelines to be used before Aliso Canyon. We got that SB 380 law pushed through, SB 887 afterwards. They called for a lot more, tighter safety rules for underground gas storage facilities. We were at every AQMD abatement hearing, which from Diamond Bar to Granada Hills, which culminated in the UCLA health study, which you're going to hear about here in a bit, although that was subsequently neutered by that same agency and by our own health department. But still, we pushed and we got something. Okay, we shut down 2 CPUC dog and pony shows where they were going to show how safe that facility was. That was an amazing moment in our Woodland Hills. We took those things over. We completely changed their agenda. Like that same day, it was supposed to be 2 days, we flipped it into 2 of our days, not their dog and pony days. And the funny thing about that, they did turn that facility on shortly after their brand new overhaul facility that they paraded around in front of the media and in front of the elected officials. And they switched it on. And did anybody remember what happened? 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, 1/3 of their wells leaked again. And they had to shut them down. 2 weeks. 2 freaking weeks. Jesus. Okay, so yeah, we reduced the well count of that place from 113 down to 59, last count. We established the Argos community air monitoring, which I'm pretty sure those guys haven't showed up today. They failed for some reason.
I'm actually here.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You can speak?
I'm not formally introduced to you yet, so.
Can you speak?
Oh no. I'm just here to support.
Okay. So they're not doing an official presentation. They sent someone down to listen. I don't get it, but yeah. Okay, we blockaded that facility multiple times. We had 19 people arrested for our cause. We documented, led, and unified the community response for the last 10 years. Media, hearings, coalitions. We had hundreds of demonstrations, literally a couple hundred protests and rallies. We met with every elected official you can name, all the way up to the governor's office. We've been in hundreds of TV, print, radio, online media appearances. So while that place is not shut down, oh yeah, and then I'm sure there's like a whole, I know there's a lot of stuff I missed. Anyone want to shout out some things I missed? Patty, I'm sure you can list like 100 of you over there. But anyone can think of some things I missed offhand?
And you supported other communities in their efforts, like Granada Hills with the Sunshine Canyon.
Oh yeah.
That was very much appreciated because I'm a former ranch member, and now I live in Granada Hills, and I was so happy to see you guys there protesting with us.
Yeah, I got the Sunshine Canyon in a minute, yeah. So, so the reason I showed all that is for one single point. We are not powerless. We are not powerless. The place is still open, albeit vastly reduced from what it was. And we do have much stronger regulations. I'll get to that problem in a minute also. But we, you know, bottom line, SoCalGas would probably still have gotten away with it and still denied there was ever a leak, or whatever it is they want to call it, if we hadn't gotten involved. So, these wins only exist because of the people here that showed up, spoke up, and never gave up. We shut it down for 2 years. We reduced the number of wells. We reduced the capacity. We forced overhauls. We changed laws. We changed lives. And if we did that, we can do whatever comes next. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. In a moment, we're going to hear from Dr. Christina Batayati, who is a researcher from the UCLA Health Study. Sorry, just to see if you're awake. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the introduction, and thanks for your opening words, Matt. So I'm here to give a brief update on the Aliso Canyon Disaster Health Research Study. Our principal investigator, Dr. Mike Jarrett, couldn't be here tonight.